Add to stage. Hey, you guys, why am I sweating? I was ready early today, and I'm still sweating like a crazy person. It is so humid here, though. Good evening, good evening. I hope we are in both places. Ooh, I want some enchiladas, Rosalie. Right, Jerry? I'm coming over too. Oh, it's not even hot here. It's just humid. It's probably cooler than it's been all summer. But the humidity is just, we're not used to it. Although we should be. We have monsoons every single year. Let's put that right there. Is that cord was showing? Oh well. We'll wait a few minutes while everybody gets in. You want to check and see if you're looking for me, huh? David's making sure I'm in all two places. And then I'm excited for tonight's projects, plural. We're gonna do a few projects tonight. Can you guys hear me okay? Hey Angie, hey Lorena. I hear me. Okay.
I didn't hear. I can.
We still can't hear you? I am just so sad.
You're coming through great.
I know, baby, but they told us this was gonna work. Roadcast Pro is still the whatchamacallit. Say something, babe. So we still can't. We thought we had it figured out today. But we still can't hear David. Is your light supposed to be red? Your light is supposed to be red?
Yeah, my mic's on. If anything, my mic's on.
Maybe we can call Rode and see if they can help us. Okay, so we still can't hear David well. I'm sorry, you guys. There'll be no inappropriate comments. I'm just kidding. There might still be. I mean, you could come in on your phone or on my phone if you want and just leave your picture off. Can you guys hear David? Hey, Jerry. Hey, Jill. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Okay. Chris says she can hear us.
She can hear you.
Can you hear David? You guys let me know if you guys can hear David talking. You know, we have a love-hate relationship. Jerry said, hi, David, with technology, right? We love it because it enables us to come here and share with you guys. Look, oh, no, David is low, so no one can hear him. Well, let's try this real quick. Maybe it's picking up the floor.
No, no, literally could not hear me.
You want to try to look your phone?
That's you.
We don't know. And it might be that mic, because remember you traded with me because my mic wasn't loud? No?
It's not because it's coming through fine. I can hear it.
It's just not going. That is so weird. The app.
System. There's no reason for that because it's
I know. And I have it Well, the audio we know, well, both the audio says rodeo for the mic. Let me check the computer real quick. I'm sorry, you guys. Give us 1 second. Let me check and see what the computer says. Sound, rodeo, for playback. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, it has rodeo for the microphone too on the computer. That's a volume mixer, so that wouldn't be it. Let me check input devices. We spent the whole afternoon sorting this out, y'all. Oh, that's for help. We don't want help. Okay, so we cannot hear David again tonight. Dang it. Okay. Hello, hello. So I guess, babe, if there's a question, you'll read it to me and remind me to repeat it. Oh, thank you, Jerry. Yeah, this dress is a work dress. I'll tell you guys a story about this dress. Do the live sitting on David's lap and share one mic. We could do that, babe.
Jerry actually likes the dress.
Oh, okay. I thought she said the dress. Okay.
He likes it.
Okay. Good evening, you guys. I'm sorry. We thought we had the sound all worked out. We can't really test it until we actually go live. So we don't know until we actually go live. I just don't understand why it isn't working. It would be awesome if you would use my phone and come on, babe. If you use my phone so you could be on with me, we could just keep the visual off and just have the audio on.
No, because it'll feedback.
It'll loop back. You think so?
Yep.
Okay.
Is anything?
Well, we will go ahead and get started. If you guys have any questions, I guess David will read them to me. Hit the like button. Oh, yeah, I know, huh? I have to do all the stuff that David normally does now. Like, be sure to hit the like button, and if you guys would share, we would really appreciate it. For any of you that are new here, my name is Royce. The voice that you barely hear behind the camera is my husband, David Bell, and together we make up Royce the Treasures. We meet here 2 Sundays a month now, where we chat and craft, although there's a lot less chatting because we can't get David's mic to work. So, oh, you just finished your video for Midwest Makers. Oh, for the Sonnets Makers box? Girl, I don't even remember which, I do the papers every quarter, so I don't even remember what the paper looked like for this quarter. I'm going to watch tomorrow so I can see which paper it is. And so tonight, you guys, I have 3 ghosts, and we're going to do 3 different crafts. I'm going to attempt to get 3 crafts done in an hour and a half. So we're going to see how it goes. Thank you, Tease Crafts. And we do have some recycled retailers who are on with us tonight. If you're a recycled retailers, please feel free to put your link in the comments so that customers know how to find you. And I will try to look up at the comments, and David is monitoring the comments. So if you guys have any questions about anything that we're doing tonight, if you're new here, hey, Kathy. If you're new, hey, Lynn, and you have a question and you are hesitant to ask it, just know that this is a safe space. You can ask any question that you have. There is no such thing as a dumb question. If you don't know, you don't know, and you won't know until you ask the question. So please feel free to ask. I know that I've gotten a lot of new followers here, so I just want you guys to know that. This is a safe space that we're all responsible for, not just me. So that means that we're all nice here. I am nice, David's nice, and you in the comments are also nice. I appreciate it. Thank you. Like my grandma used to say, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything, right? Hey Chris, hey Susan, hey Flea. I know all your besties are here, Flea, huh? So I'm gonna put you guys down on the other camera. I wonder, can I add? I think we figured this out last week, didn't we? That I could do two cameras. Ha! Sorry, y'all. We're still trying to figure everything out. And I think I want to do this one. Well, I don't want both cameras to be down. There we go. So tonight I have a lot of stuff out, you guys. We have a lot to get through tonight, so hopefully I can get through everything. I have 3 ghosts. If you guys join us, we do Whatnot. We're down to once a month now on Whatnot, and I'm wondering if I should move this over so that I will be more. There we go. We do Whatnot once a month, and we sell all kinds of stuff. We had tons of upcycled craft supplies this month, and we make stuff out of our scrapwood pile. So these are ghosts that George cut for me. Mine, you guys notice that mine don't have the cool holes like the ghosts that were in Friday's show, but we're gonna have fun with them. I have 3 ghosts, so we're basically gonna do 3 different ghosts, 3 different ways, and I have all my supplies out, and we're gonna start with. Let me make sure. I'm trying to stay organized, please. Um, we're going to start with the simplest one, but we're going to have to set up this one first so that we can circle back to it. Because it's going to need to dry for a little bit before we can paint it. So the first one we're going to do, we're going to play with some texture on this one. I am a texture junkie. I love, love, love it. So we're going to start with that. What is Whatnot? Oh my gosh. So, Jerry, Whatnot is a live auction app, and there are auctions going 24/7 on that app. I should have brought my link, huh, babe? Can you post the link to my Whatnot? Or you probably can't. Okay. There are there are auctions going on there 24 hours, 7 days a week. So it is dangerous, just so you know. But there is awesome vintage goodness on that app that I absolutely love. And we're on there once a month. I love to go picking. And so we're selling stuff that I picked, so vintage finds. My assistant makes, like, this time of year, it's time actually for us to go, like, take a deep dive into the wood pile. And we go on Pinterest and look for inspiration. We make all kinds of fun stuff. We sell on there. And I sell ephemera as well. So just different things, but there's a lot of different people who are on there. We're actually working on organizing like a raid train for recycled retailers. I'm so excited about it. So hopefully we get enough people to sign up. Well, we will. We'll get enough people to sign up to make it really fun. So for this first project, we are going to use texture. So I'm going to be using some salt wash. Salt wash is just a powder additive that you put in your paint, and it's going to make it thicker so that I can spread it across the top of here. Ooh. And I have some antique via paint because it's a ghost, so I figured we'd make him white. Flea. Whatnot is dangerously fabulous. I cannot argue with you, Flea. And we're not going to need a ton of this, but I do want to make enough. So I just have this little cup here, so I'm going to use it. And I'm going to add some paint. I will generally start off with like a mixture of 50% paint and 50% salt wash as like a start, and then I will make adjustments from there. I want the consistency of my mixture to be like drop biscuits, basically. I think I might need a little bit more than that because I want to spread a pretty good coat across my ghosts. And then I'm going to add some. I am so disappointed that we still can't hear you. Is there anything you would like for me to say? Yes. Is there anything that you would like for me to say?
Just say,
Yes.
you really are quiet.
I'm really quiet today.
You really
Okay. Is there anything you would like to say, sir? Okay. So I'm just going to mix this up, you guys. And you guys know I'm an eyeballer. So I'm eyeballing it. And it's not like it has to be perfect. So what I'm doing here is I am creating a mixture and I'm going to stamp into it. So I want it to be thick enough that I can spread it across my surface, but I don't want to make it too thick. So depending on what you're doing, there's pros and cons to making it thick versus thin. If I make it too thin, it'll have a lot of water in it, so it takes a really long time to dry. If I make it too thick, it dries quicker, but it also is more likely to crack, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, right? It's just a thing. So I'm trying to get like somewhere in the middle because I need the top to dry just enough so I can imprint into it. Um, but I don't want it to take all year to dry because we want to paint it. So I'm going to start by just spreading this across my ghost. And yes, I'm using a cake spatula. I found these at Dollar Tree for really inexpensive a couple of years ago, and I bought a bunch of them because they're perfect for spreading, right? And I'm gonna try and get it spread across pretty evenly. I don't need it super thick, but I do want it thick enough to be able to like make make an impression, literally, with my stamp. And you guys will see what I mean in just a minute. So it doesn't have to be perfectly smooth, but I do want it for this particular project to be pretty smooth. One of the ways you can smooth out your texture like this is if you start with a clean, wet spatula. You can use it to kind of smooth that out some. And it does need to be clean and wet too in order for it to work.
it's not picking up the board at all.
Oh, see, that's what I was saying the last time. Maybe it's not even picking up the board. So do you? And
It's picking up the on-camera mic.
and I don't even have the on-camera mic chosen.
It's picking up the laptop. I've literally got you muted. There's no sound coming through.
Let me see if, because it has these as options, but I'm not choosing that option. So I don't know. It may be picking up these.
That's what I'm saying. It's picking up the
But I mean, I'm telling it not to. I don't know why it still is. Even on the computer and on the program, both, I've chosen, let me go back to audio really quickly. Roadcaster for both the mic and the speakers. And then on the computer, microphone access. Anyone using this device can choose, which is what I did. Choose which access. Oh, and I have cameras turned off for being able to access my mic too. That's the crazy part. I don't know. Let me see, because it has like a list of apps
all
here.
of this is for YouTube.
It is. And I don't know. Okay, I'm just double checking really quick. The mic says Roadcaster. So I don't even know, baby, what's going on.
Whatever you did turned you off. Try talking.
Hello? Mic check, mic check. 1 2 1 2. Can you hear me? Um,
Try this. Let's see. Step on that.
it's so frustrating. I don't know, babe. Mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check.
We're really far.
The delay is really far.
All right.
I don't see any new comments. That's weird. Okay. So we have our Ghost is frosted, right? And this is my little silicone cups. I love these. I use these. They keep my product longer than anything else I found. They'll keep it like soft for me to be able to use later. So after I frost this, I'm going to dry this, but I am going to just dry the surface. I don't want to dry the whole thing. I just want to dry the surface enough so that when I put my stamps in there, that it doesn't like pick up off of the surface. I don't want it pickling the surface. David picks up on the closed caption. Oh, that's weird. They can your mic picks up on the closed caption.
So material.
Yeah, that's weird. Give David a bullhorn. So I just want to make a little crust on the top here. And I think I have it thick enough. Because sometimes if you do it too thin, you guys, you can risk drying out the whole thing before you stamp, which is no fun. It's not on Facebook. Maybe there, let me see if we put that.
And I don't see closed captions on YouTube. In fact, the only closed caption that's I'm literally only seeing one thing, but it's so weird. It's still there.
What?
Closed caption.
Oh. Well, on YouTube, you can put it on or take it off if you want. So maybe they have their closed caption on. I can tell when the surface is getting dry because I'll start seeing these little fissures or little cracks. And so I know that that's dry enough. I don't want to dry it any more than that. I have my stamps here, and I'm going to dust these with a little bit of, I know I pulled it out, cornstarch, just to make sure. And you can press directly into your your stuff with your stamps, but I really want to have like a clean impression. I don't want it to like pick up. So I have a couple of stamps here that I want to use, and I'm being super generous with my, this one is gonna barely come on. I'm gonna push it down in my texture. It's still stuck a little bit, but we're okay. I think I meant to put this one first, but it's okay. We'll put this one right here. These are my personal favorite stamps to use like this. You can also use these in your clay to make impressions. And I want to push far enough so that I make an impression, but I don't want like this part of my stamp, right? To make an impression in the back part. So I don't want to push too hard. And because I do everything in threes, so on this stamp, these two pieces go together. Wait, no. These two pieces are really supposed to be one stamp, but I cut mine because I don't know. I like having control. And I'm going to put one more like right here and push down in that texture. And if you tried this once and you weren't happy with the results, I encourage you to try again because it really is a bit of a dance. You want your texture to be wet enough that you can still make a texture, but not so wet that you end up with like a googly gobbly mess and not really specific texture. And I'm just going in and touching with the crackle in a few places. I don't need crackle all over. And I did this one first because we're going to need to let this dry before we can do anything else. But you guys see that? We have our botanical imprints on this side, and then we have a little bit of crackle all over that. And we're going to set this aside to dry, and then we'll come back to this one in a few minutes. Do we have any questions on texture before we move on to the next project? I'm going to try to get 3 projects done tonight, you guys. No questions? I know we got a group going to see Mara. When are you guys going to San Diego? We're not really. I mean, it's to me, it's all San Diego. I'm sorry, Mara, but hey, Denise from Colorado. Chris, we're all listening to your diagnostics. I know. You guys, we literally spent the afternoon watching YouTube videos and making changes on the computer, and all for naught. So these are from the Sprig stamp from IOD, and then this one, there used to be a stamp like this. It was the whole stamp, and I would cut it up into these little organic pieces. But now you can buy the vintage texture stamp, and you have 4 different textures, and they made the edges organic. Because when you're stamping, you don't want to have like a really sharp edge around when you're using texture. So I'll put this away, and then we will move on to project number 2. Project number 2 is probably the simplest. We're just going to decoupage, you guys. I have another ghost. This one was a piece of plywood, it looks like. And this is the Roycycled crockery textures decoupage paper. You have 4 different textures on this one, like a crockery texture. This one is super yummy. I need to use this one on a project. And then you have like more of a distressed crockery texture. And then this one, which is one of my favorites. I think it's so pretty. But I think this would be really pretty on our ghost. What do you guys think? Yay, nay? And this is probably the simplest project. Like if you guys, I think we've sold 2 sets of ghosts, and I cannot remember who bought them. But if you're looking for something to do with them, this is probably the simplest approach, is to decoupage them, right? Super easy peasy.
Question. Could you use modeling paste or gel medium instead of sea salt?
So the question is, in order to create the texture, if you could use modeling paste or gel medium instead of the salt wash, yes, modeling paste for sure. I think that would probably be a better option than even the gel medium. You would have to use the extra thick gel medium, I think, in order to be able to really make an impression. But definitely the modeling paste. So if that's what you have, then that would work. And for those of you who may have, I think Dixie Belle has like Sea Spray, and there are different brands. It's kind of the same, you know, it's kind of the same, right? It's an additive that you add to the paint. And so this is the brand that I use, but if you have something similar, you can absolutely use that. I think Coco's is to make regular paint, chalk paint, but I bet you could add a little bit more and make it like thicker too. And if you use DIY paint, you can leave it open and let some of the water evaporate, and you could probably use just paint. I'm trying to think if I want my ghost to be symmetrical or if I want to just like not pay attention. You guys know I'm leaning to not paying attention to that, right? So when I'm decoupaging, I like to remove a lot of the extra paper because what happens is as the paper dries, it contracts and it causes more tension, and so your edges will lift up, which isn't like a deal breaker, but why deal with it if you don't have to? So I like to trim about 1/4 of an inch is like optimum to me, and then that way I'm less likely to have to deal with that added tension. which isn't as important when you're dealing with a small project, but when you're dealing with larger projects, it can be. And I wanted to talk to you guys about something really quickly while I'm getting ready to decoupage this. I have a new project coming and I'm super excited about it. It's a Crafted to Create Summit. The summit is 7 days. So you'll have a brand new instructor every day for 7 days. And then you guys will have access to the curriculum for 7 more days. And this is only $9.99, guys. So super low price because I really wanted people to come in and to participate. Each of the instructors are so different, but super talented. And so I wanted to bring, I don't know, an opportunity for you guys to maybe challenge yourselves to think outside of what you're already doing. And so we organized this. So if you are on Facebook, you can put hashtag create and you'll get a message from Facebook. And if you are on YouTube, you can use this QR code, and you're not purchasing it by going there. You're just getting more information. But you can use this QR code for the Crafted to Create Summit. So I hope you guys will join us. It is going to be so much fun. I'm actually super excited about my project, and I've already heard what the other ladies are doing, and they're all really cool. And so this will be lessons, but they will all be project-based. So you guys will walk away with new ideas for projects that you can do. Thank you, Teresa. Chris says if you use the cement like paper for the ghost, then they really be really stiff. Chris got jokes. So I'm gonna mist my paper first. And that's gonna cause it to like relax and all of those paper fibers to release. And I can pull it and I can pull all my wrinkles out ahead of time. So that way, when it comes into contact with my decoupage medium, I don't have to worry about my paper wrinkling. And I see a lot of people saying that this method doesn't work, but you really do want to take a few minutes and let your paper relax before you start, and take a few minutes to really stretch your paper out carefully. It is tissue paper before you start decoupaging. But if you're new to Royce decoupage paper, it is tissue paper, but it's thicker than the gift wrapping tissue paper. So it is a lot hardier, so you can manipulate it and you're less likely to tear it. I'm sorry, babe, what are you going to say?
Yeah, we have a question. Do you do any coastal designs in your paper selections?
So the question is, do I do any coastal designs in my paper collection? We have done coastal designs in the past, and honestly, they don't do well. I think it's something that's really geographically specific, and so it's hard. So I don't currently have any coastal designs. So I'm not saying that we don't do it, but we don't have anything right now.
There may be some retailers who still have some.
If there are any retailers who still have some of the old coastal designs, you guys can let them know. Okay, so my paper is still damp, so it's still stretched out, and I can just finish. I think this guy is going to be so cute, and you guys can help me decide if I want to put like eyes and nose, or do I just want to leave it like this. And I'm going right over the top of my paper with more medium, just to seal that paper. I did a video a few weeks ago showing me decoupaging a couple of bar stools, and somebody asked questions about the durability of the paper. And it really depends on how durable your top coat is, because ultimately that's what's going to protect your surface. Just like if you paint something, right? Whatever top coat you use is what's going to offer the protection. Now I have like these edges around here that are like, you know, they're going in and out. So I can put little slits there so that I'm less likely to have any kind of tension as the paper dries. And it won't lift up. Now, if your paper lifts up from the edge, it's not the end of the world. You can just go under it with more decoupage medium and put the paper back down. But it's just one more thing I don't want to worry about. when we were inside of my membership, we were working on a project, and I went in right away and started sanding the paper off. And my members were like, "Hold on, what are you doing?" But you can do your edges wet if you want. It's just that you're more likely to get a nice clean trim if you wait for your paper to dry before you trim it. And so that's why I generally like to wait until my paper is dry when I trim. But like if I was going to put something around here like a frame and my edges weren't going to be showing, or if I was working on something that had like a rustic or a grungy feel to it, then I could go right in and just sand the edges off right away because it wouldn't be super important that they be, really clean. So I'm going to dry this really quickly, and then um, we can take any questions if there are any. There's nothing on Facebook, I mean on YouTube either. So today I'm using Wise Owl's 1 hour enamel. I like matte because that's my preference, but you can use any shade that you want. You can use any water-based sealer that you have on your workbench, or if you have like acrylic products, you can use like any of your acrylics too. Like if you have a matte medium or something like that, you can use that to decoupage as well. And you can use Mod Podge if that's what you have. I will say though, when I did use Mod Podge, I would water it down just a little bit so it wouldn't be quite as tacky because the paper is thinner, and you don't want it to stick and then be tacked down to the surface and try to pick it back up because then you're more likely to rip it. The thinner mediums are nice because it gives you the flexibility to be able to manipulate your paper. I'm thinking this one's going to be the simplest one. We can go around the edges with some gold, right? I should have got a new sanding block, but this one's probably going to take forever. Forever. You know how when your sanding block gets down to like probably 800 grit? And I always just go in one direction and I go down when I'm sanding so that I'm more likely to get a nice clean trim as opposed to going side side or up, where I might lift up my paper. And I know that I have a lot of brand new people to Roycycled. So if you are brand new to decoupage and you're looking for an opportunity to learn more, check out roycycledacademy.com. I do have classes there. I have a blog. If you're someone who likes to read rather than having to watch a whole video, you can check out my blog at roycycled.com, or YouTube is another place where you'll find tutorials, like edited tutorials. So if you're here and you're like, we chat, we do. We chat, although we generally chat more, but David's mic isn't working. I'm so sad. But if you want like something concise, then I do have pre-recorded videos on my YouTube, so you can check out over there. And you guys, so we're getting ready for a retreat. It's coming up in the spring, and we do have seats available for the retreat. Not a ton, because we sold to our returning people first before we opened up to the general public. And I was gonna do 60 seats this year, but after last year, I just really think 55 is a perfect number. It's more intimate and the space will be more comfortable. So we only have 55 seats this year. And if you're interested, if you're on Facebook, you can put #retreats and Facebook will email you the information. And let me see, if you're on YouTube, then you can use this QR code to find out more information about the Roycycled retreat. I spoke with the motel manager yesterday. So those of you who are already registered, your motel room rates will be the same. I am so excited about that. So you guys will get the same discount that you got last year. the bartenders were so excited that we're coming back that they're gonna make us a signature cocktail. I'm excited. I don't know why. I mean, I don't know why. It's David's fault. We watch this show on YouTube, and this guy makes all these like fancy cocktails all the time. Oh, you guys, give me an idea. Like, if you could have like any cocktail at a mixer, what would it be? Because he was asking me that question, and I was like, I don't know. I don't know. Because what was that we had when we went to Wisconsin, babe? That I had. Was it an old fashioned? I think maybe it was. Um, but he was asking because so he can get an idea of what kind of signature drink they can make for you guys. And whatever they make, they're gonna offer an alcoholic and a non-alcoholic version. So you guys will have two options. But look how cute is that? Could you imagine this just on in a vignette with some other things? Now you guys can tell me. I want you guys to vote if I should go through and put some eyes and a round mouth on here, or if I should just leave them. I feel like I should leave them, although it feels like a her now, not a him. Oh, a mojito. Any favor? Apricot sour, amaretto sour. Oh my gosh, you guys. Because I was thinking something regional, but then that would be really like, something regional like a margarita, but like a special margarita. Ooh, a pomegranate margarita. I don't know. The ladies are really creative, so they're going to come up with something. And there are quite a few ladies who came up. Paloma, just eyes, Jerry said, no mouth. Right? Something to show he's a ghost. We'll think about it. I'm going to put him aside and let him dry, and then we'll come back. I know, because otherwise it could be anything, right? It could be a cloche. So we're going to put some eyes on there to make sure we know it's a ghost. Let's set it aside and let it dry, and then we're going to go on our third one, and we'll circle back to this one as well. And I'm thinking we have to put something on there. I don't know how I feel about it. I bought a new mat because the white one was making my camera freak out. So I got a dark color. But it's not as thick as my other one. Okay, this last one is probably the most, it's not complicated. It just has the most steps out of all of them. I kind of wanted to give three levels of difficulty as far as projects tonight. None of them are difficult, but you guys know what I'm saying. Prickly pear. Ooh, a prickly pear margarita. What do you think, baby?
Sure.
That could be.
Can we go prickly pears?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, pomegranates, prickly pears. Can those of you who attended last year, can you guys just do me a favor and just tell everyone, like, it doesn't have to be good. If you had a bad time, you can say that too, but just let everybody know what you thought about the retreat last year. And I'm feeling pressure, just so y'all know, I'm feeling pressure to like do better this year than we did last year, to do more this year than we did last year. So we already have some things in the works that I'm excited about, including the signature, drink that we're going to have. Because Thursday night when you fly in, we have a meet and greet. We have it at the motel too. So you can go upstairs, drop off your bags, and then come downstairs, and you can meet everybody and start our community that we have for the weekend. Oh yeah, I know. So we do live in a rural area, so you have to fly into either Tucson or Phoenix, and then make your way here. So most people drive here. Last year we had people carpool. So once everyone starts registering, we'll make a group where everyone's chatting before and making arrangements for I'm flying in here, I'm flying in this time, and then everybody can carpool to get here. Because right now we don't have airport service. We don't know how it's going to play out. We shall see. But we didn't have this airport service this time last year either. This time last year? It didn't start till April last year. March last year.
Of this year.
Of this year. So I'm saying this time last year, we didn't have service. Yeah. I didn't know it would be that fast. So this paper is one of the ones from the new release. It isn't specifically holiday, which I'm sure Flea appreciates. I've been wanting to do this paper for a long time, but it just couldn't make it into the rotation. This is like, I think, a staple, right? You can use this in the background of your projects, a furniture piece, your art journals, your junk journals. And when I made it, you'll see that the music notes are in different scales. You have really, really small ones, you have medium size, you have larger scale. And so you have a lot of options if you're using it in pieces of which pieces you're going to use. And I was contemplating using either this one, and I was thinking about the Topography Love one, was the one I was thinking about initially. But I think I'm going to go with the, oh man, why did you guys have me put this here? Because now I think I want the Topography Love. But I just don't have a lot of it out here. I only have a piece. Of the retreat. Let me see if I can put her up. She said it was amazing, energizing. There's nothing like hanging out with, look, I have to read around my thing, other creatives and creating. It was beautiful. Thank you so much. I'm so happy you made the trip. And you ladies, you guys were just misbehaving back there on that back center table. There were so many great things about the retreat. One of my favorites was meeting new friends. Yeah. I think that was probably the biggest takeaway for a lot of people because, I mean, how many of us have, like, my husband loves me, but he doesn't understand. He thinks I'm crazy, and I might be a little, but it's nice to be in a room full of people who like get it. And there was so much energy in that room. David said that he had like because there was a constant hum of conversation, chatting and laughing and creating. I enjoyed it because everyone was so open um, to exploring and discovering new things or rethinking the way they approach old things. So my goal is to stretch you creatively in a space that's safe and supportive so that you feel good trying. What were you going to say, babe? Oh, okay. Oh, I'm sorry, Chris. I know how that can be. Yeah, Deb, you have to put hashtag retreat. Um, yeah. Are they not coming up? Oh. Ooh, a lemon drop margarita. Oh, a lemon drop martini. That sounds fancy. A prickly pear margarita. That sounds like perfect, right? No, Melissa, there not right now. Today there isn't. But don't worry, we will figure out a way to get you here. Even if David has to drive. That was actually our original plan before the charter came. But we had 6 people take advantage of the airplane into Safford.
Say 7.
Yeah, Brenda came in a day before, and then 5 ladies came in. Was it 6 came in? So 6 or 7 took advantage of it. There were mixed reviews. Melissa taught a ride back. She said she wasn't doing it. Heather can piggyback me. Is Heather here, Melissa? I don't know if she agreed with that. So you guys, same method to decoupage. I'm gonna go ahead and decoupage this. And I'm gonna try to use a little bit less medium because I do want to use some transfers over the top of this. Have you guys seen the videos with the little ghosts that everybody's making and then they're like using napkins to decoupage little flowers on them? So I wanted to kind of make a big version of that, a big flat version, right? but I thought it would be really pretty to have a backdrop, a decoupage on the back. Ooh, I'm doing good on time. One thing I've learned is that when you use the missing method to decoupage, that you kind of have to put a little extra medium down because the fibers are full of water, so they don't like absorb the medium as readily as they do when you're putting it on when the paper is dry. So just put a little bit more medium down is all. I got a little bubble in there. I set my paper down weird. And I'm just going to snip right here so I don't have to go back in and add any more around the edges. And you know what? We're gonna trim this one away because I'm thinking that if I do that, it won't dry though. So I'm thinking I want to push this background back just a little bit. So I'm gonna dry brush a little bit of white paint on. And I'm going to paint white around the edges. That's why I'm not worried. The paper is white, the background is white, the edges are going to be white. So even if my edges aren't perfect, no one will ever know. So I'm cheating and going ahead and trimming them now. So Sarah's saying, I wish there were a retreat in the East Coast. Come on, Royce and David. Don't you want to visit Boston? We do. We would love to visit. I will tell you guys why I have retreats here in my hometown. And for those who came, they will tell you, like, I'm not just blowing smoke. I have been in this. My great grandfather moved to this valley in like the early 50s, right? So I have relationships here that I'm just not going to have in other places. So a lot of the perks or a lot of the value add that I'm able to give to the retreat is because of my relationships that I have here. And I'm just not going to have that if I'm visiting somewhere else. Like those people don't care about who I am. They don't care. So it does make it a lot easier and more affordable because honestly, the price of the retreat compared to other retreats that I see on the market is really affordable. I'm not saying that it's not a lot of money because I know it is, but compared to other retreats, the price is really affordable. And the reason why I'm able to offer it at that price is because of relationships that I have here in my hometown. And when you come here, you're not just like coming to the retreat. Like literally the whole town hosts you here. Yeah. So the whole town was so welcoming. Even the barista at the Starbucks recognized us, right? Like you, I guess they went to Starbucks because they were at an Airbnb somewhere. We still don't know where. Um, I'm putting a whitewash on here, you guys, just to push. I don't want the music notes to be so loud, so I'm putting like a whitewash on here. But yes, you come to the small town, and if you have on a Roycycle t-shirt, like they know what you're here for. I don't know if you guys saw the photographs, but we had a banner on Main Street that our chamber put up to welcome everybody, and we had a VIP tent. At the same weekend that we're here, we have like a spring festival. It's basically a wine festival, but it's a spring festival, and you know the Recycle Besties had like seats inside of the VIP tent. And one of our sponsors, you guys, is bringing AC too. So the VIP tent's going to be even nicer. You guys see how that just whitewash kind of knocked that back a little bit, just so the the music notes aren't so stark against the white. I think that's going to be better. So I'm going to dry this, and then we're going to go over this with some Purdy transfers. So yeah, so that's why we want to have it. And I mean everything. Like Martine, David, you sat on the board with him for the chamber for tourism, which by the way is what he remembered. He didn't even remember me. He remembered David, but he knew I was your wife. That's why he even met with me. So like I'm able to sit down, with the general manager of two properties and have a discussion about what we can offer you guys as guests here, which includes the discounted prices for the rooms and the meet and greet downstairs. Oh, and you guys do get two drink tickets at the meet and greet. It doesn't have to be alcoholic beverages. You can use them for non-alcoholic beverages as well. And I did talk to the ladies about making sure that we had, what do you call them when they're non-alcoholic? Mocktails. So they're going to have like cocktails and mocktails on the menu this year. The Queen of Stafford. I'm not sorry. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm gonna be nice. Um,
I will say this, and you can repeat it. Um, Midwest Charm. Okay, so, we're, we're willing to have a retreat somewhere else, but it's got to be where a retailer is, and they have to kind of.
yeah. So and David's just saying that we've been talking about having events in other parts of the country, but A, it will be like where there's a recycled retailer, and B, because it's where they are, they would have to be willing to do all the legwork to organize, and then we show up. You know what I mean? It's just I don't have the bandwidth to like set up something in another community, and I just don't know what's there. But that is one of my dreams, though, to be able to go around and visit a lot of my retailers and have events that benefit them.
But we don't know. Sorry, we don't know where to do things.
Yeah,
Talk to.
that's what David is saying. We don't know where to go, what event space is available. I mean, because if I have it somewhere else, I'm probably going to go look for a motel, which is going to like double the price just off the jump using spaces in the motel. Martine did say that they have a new space because remember they were still updating La Quinta last year. They have a space in there now. I mean, I don't know what we would use it for, but he just pointed out that it was there. The only person I met that didn't know Royce and David was the sheriff that pulled me over for speeding. I'm sorry, Auntie. You should have said the radio guy. Then he would have known who David was.
Sheriff knows me. Must have been a deputy.
I know. Yeah, it was probably a deputy. And yeah, PJ knows us, but it would have been a deputy.
Jerry Peter asks, what made you start?
So Jerry's asking what made me start my craft. Oh my gosh, Jerry, girl, I have been crafting forever, and I mean that. I can't even tell you like a start date, but I will tell you that serious crafting for me has become a space for me to like deal with stuff, like emotional stuff. Life has been hard for the last 5 or 6 years, and crafting has been like my place where I come, where I can just like zen out and not think of all those things and just craft. And so I've always done something. You guys know we're serial crafters, right? So I've always done something, but um, my journey is very windy as far as how I got here. And Chris is asking how much the rooms were last year. They're $125 a night, Chris. And that's for any size room, by the way. So he's setting aside a block of room for you guys. So if you want to share a room with somebody and get a double bed and you guys split that room, you can do that too. Hello, Kim. So I can feel this and tell that it's still damp. So if you've ever tried to apply a transfer to a damp surface and you haven't been successful, like maybe you decoupaged and you went to transfer, and then when you went to lift up your transfer, the paper came up also. chances are the reason why that happened is because even though it feels dry to the touch, there's probably still moisture underneath here. So I'm going to set this aside and let it chill out for a little bit. We'll circle back. And I want to add transfers, but I do want to, how much time do I have? Do I have time to do this? It's 6:01. I think I can do this. So this is a stencil from the retreat, which I probably shouldn't do this, but I'm going to because I cannot help myself. No, I won't do it because we're not going to have time. So we're going to set this one aside and we'll come back and we add, and we'll, oh, you know what? Let me seal it too. Oh, good night. I mean, you can put a transfer on like, unsealed paint, but they do adhere a lot better or more readily if you seal your surface first. That is my experience with the transfers. There are different schools of thought on it, but that's mine. And I'm using Wise Owl's 1 Hour Enamel, which is a self-leveling product. I know Fusion has a self-leveling product that you can use as well. I can't think if anybody else does. And the transfers do love it. And I think it's because when it dries, the surface is like really smooth. So I'm going to dry this really quick and then we'll circle back. Oh, yeah, that's right. She had her college friend's NYPD courtesy card. Donna, what marvelous self-control. Girl, what self-control? Oh, I'm trying to get everything done. I want to actually finish our projects. And I figured we could get these 3 ghosts done. I was going to do a paint inlay on one too, but I had to choose on what I was going to do. So I'm just doing this one just to get it to a place where it's kind of dry so that it'll finish drying by the time we circle back. And when you're decoupaging, you guys, because I put decoupage medium down and then I put the paper on and more decoupage medium and then I put the paint on there with some water and I put more of the water-based top coat. That's a lot of moisture to overlay and I'm using wood, right? And so the wood is absorbing that moisture and kind of holding on to it. So if you're decoupaging metal or something that's non-porous, it's probably going to dry a lot faster. But because we're decoupaging on a surface that is porous, it's going to hold on to that moisture a little bit more. And I did forget to mention that in preparation for tonight, I did use a white primer on these to have a base for my decoupage. Okay, that's dry to touch, and it feels warm now, but it hasn't cooled off yet. I can kind of tell. When I can always tell when there's still moisture because like you can feel the coolness coming up from the wood. So I'm going to set this aside and we'll let it dry some more. I might have a place to put my ghost on. And then this was our first project that we did. And I know that it's not dry underneath, but I think that we might be dry enough that we can start painting. And for this one, all I really want to do is seal it. And then we'll put some glaze over it just so that we can highlight the texture that we've added to this. And I did spread it on pretty thick. So I have some cracks, some other cracks in there as well, which I'm kind of digging, which are really nice. Kathleen says the paint inlays scare me and I've never tried one. The paint inlays are different, right? So I understand it's something different than we're used to. But it's a fabulous product. It really, really is because it gives you the option. It gives you more flexibility. Like every product has its pluses and minuses, right? The paint inlays are just like paint. So if you're making stuff for outdoors, like you can just use an appropriate sealer and you can put it on your porch and you don't have to worry about it peeling or anything like that when it comes in contact with the elements. and it's paint like any other paint. Well, not like any other paint, but it's paint. So like you can inlay fabric, you can inlay hard surfaces. So once you learn how to do it, you're going to love them. If you're feeling a little afraid of them, don't buy one of the ones with like the really large designs. Buy an inlay that has a pages. Like which one? There's one, and I know I have IOD retailers on here. There's one of the inlays that has a whole bunch of pages of smaller designs. And if you're new to inlays, you probably want to start with that specific one because you can make a bunch of projects with it and you can practice with smaller ones. Oh yeah, they really stand out. So Chris is saying, oh, Flea, put your link in the comments. Flea says she has a video that helps demystify inlays. So Flea, put your link in the comments, please. So it's not completely dry, but I think we're dry enough to do what I want to do with it. And then I'll have to let it dry. But I'm just going to go over it with some clear coat before I do anything. If I were to go directly on top of this with any kind of paint, wax, or glaze, this surface is like super, super porous. And it would suck up all the color right away. And I wouldn't have any control over how dark I wanted things to be. So I'm going to take the time to seal everything first. That way I can pull back any extra color that I don't want on there. And the chalk paint is already porous. And then when you add in the salt wash, it's even, it's like super porous. So we're going to put a generous amount of sealer on there and dry it. And then we're going to go in with something, I don't know what, because I don't want to do necessarily a brown, although that's probably what I should do. And what I'm doing is I'm making sure there's enough clear coat that goes into all of the recessed areas that I've created, but then I'm wiping it out of those areas too. I just want to make sure that they get coverage as well, because otherwise whatever color drops into the recesses would stick there and I wouldn't be able to wipe it back. So that surface was really thirsty. Let's dry that and then we will glaze it with, I'm trying to decide what I want to glaze with. Should I wax it? What do you guys think? Dark wax? I love the look of wax. It's really hard to replicate it, but I like the resilience of clear coat. So often what I'll do is use like a clear coat, a top coat, a sealer. It's all the same, right? On my pieces first, and then I'll put wax on. So Susan is saying that she's seeing some bluish dots on the surface. What is that? That's from the salt wash. I rushed it. I should have let it dissolve a little better in the container before I put it on here, but I can go over with some white paint and cover that right up if I need to. Melange, thank you. The melange is the inlay that has like a lot of small designs in it. Oh man, I lost my comments. Poor David, you guys, he took a drive to Wilcox yesterday because they had a brand new event. Although I got Appalachians out of it. But you know how it's a first year event, so there wasn't a lot to see. So he came right back home. I spent most of the day in my studio painting and prepping projects to paint. I want to thank you guys. Those of you who came to the Whatnot sale, you really encouraged me by buying my art. And then 2 of you reached out and bought my originals, which I have not sent any of them out because I honestly wasn't prepared to send out art, so I had to order some stuff, but I'll be getting that stuff out early this week, though. Angie. Oh, wait, no, I chose the wrong one. How about using some Google Eyes? Oh, that's funny. You know what? I almost bought some giant Google Eyes. I think was it Five and Below, babe? We saw those giant Google Eyes. I'm just drawing this enough. And you know what? You called attention to that kind of bluish tinge, and we really don't want that. So let me go over with a quick coat of Antique Via. I'm adding extra step, but it's weird because Salt Wash doesn't normally do that. And yes, I am painting out of my can. Do as I say, not as I do. David says to me one day, "You used to be so organized. You guys remember back in the day when I had all my FIFO bottles and all my different colors? You know what happened as I moved out here to the shed and now I'm spoiled. When I was in the living room, I had to be organized. And now I'm gonna have to put another coat of clear coat on top of this." Kathleen says turn him into a candy corn ghost. And put yellow, orange, and is it yellow, orange, and white? That would be cute. I wanted this one to look, I was trying to like channel 3 different design aesthetics, although these could probably all go together on the same mantle, but they're also very different at the same time. I want to cover up that blue, but I want to fill in all of my texture. So that's why you guys see me doing kind of extra brush marks, is to make sure that that texture is going to show. Dag nabbit. Now I'm going to have to dry it again. Is anybody decorating for fall yet? Or are you guys waiting for like, well, I guess it's September. Are you guys waiting for October? I'm just curious. Our porch, when I redid our porch, I made it so we can just like spray it off. So we're gonna have to spray it off real good and start over. Oh, you know what I could give for the alumni thing is that window right there. I've been trying to think of something I could give them because I was going to give them like a craft kit, but I don't think that'll do well. I think that will do better. What do you think, babe? You can't hear me? You know the window that used to be by the front door, the decoupage window? That one over there? No?
I don't know what you.
Oh.
I don't see.
It's this way, so it's probably hard for you to see it. It was an old window. Remember, I decoupaged it, and it was by the front door for like a year. Like he pays attention to the decorations. Summer is not officially over. You're saying you're screaming and kicking into fall. You know, it's interesting because we're in Arizona, so spring and fall are wonderful here. So I'm looking forward to. I wouldn't even say it's sweater weather because that's not what it is. It won't be sweater weather. Although last year at Salsa Fest, it got chilly after the sun went down. We never know. We have a Salsa Fest coming up at the end of the year, and I mean the end of the month. That's what I meant to say. And sometimes it's hot, but last year it was cold at night. Like I was looking for a jacket. It was probably like 60 degrees, but you know, we Arizonans have thin blood. Okay, I'm gonna seal this, and then I'm thinking we're gonna wax it. I think that's gonna look nice. Do I see? Oh, I see it. I'm gonna use my anti-slime wax. And I don't know how much you guys can actually see because white is always hard on the camera. So I will try to put it so you guys can see the, although I'm hoping my black matte helps. Because my poor cameras, they were struggling with the white matte that I normally use. Okay. So you guys see all that yummy texture on there? It's so good. Let's dry this and then we'll put the wax on. And this is probably going to take a little bit to dry because I put it on pretty thick. So like the top is dry, but underneath is still wet. But we're always pushing things when we're live, right? So Kathleen is asking, so you sealed it twice? I did. I only sealed it twice because the salt wash had those blue speckles in them, and I went over again with another layer of chalk paint. And the chalk paint is super porous, and so I needed to seal it again, right? So that when I go over with my dark wax, that it doesn't get absorbed super quickly and it gets really dark really fast. Yeah, Angie, I think it's waterproof. I did want to talk to you guys. I hope a lot of you guys chose the guide that I made on how to paint the new Royce cleanable decoupage papers because I was thinking it shows you how to paint my papers, but it also shows you how to paint your inlays, how to paint a lot of the black and white transfers that you guys use. So if you haven't snagged a copy of my guide yet, let me know. You can put hashtag guide if you're on Facebook. If you're on YouTube, let me know if you want me to put up a QR code and I can put up, and that one's free. It's a free guide. I thought I printed out a copy here. So I did. And so it's a guide for you guys to figure out like where to put color. And I have photo like references on here to show you what I'm talking about. So what you see and then what to do and then any tips and tricks on how to kind of address those areas. And is it true that you can use these tips and tricks for recycled decoupage paper? Absolutely. But you can also use this information to paint your inlays and or your black and white transfers. So anything that you have where etchings are involved, the rules are going to be the same. And if there's anybody on YouTube who wants a QR code, let me know. Otherwise, I won't put it in. Okay. Look, I got ghosts running amok over here. Now, if you're someone who enjoys using wax, you could use a clear wax first and then put a dark wax over the top, and you'll have the same result. I just prefer using the clear coat first. And this is my wax brush. You guys can tell my poor brush. It's a Paint Pixie French tip brush. I love these. And I'm going to go right over the top, but I'm pushing the wax down into all of the recesses. I think this is going to be so pretty. It's going to be something neutral, right? But really pretty though. And eat. Oh, okay. I will put it up there. And so I'm wiping the wax off of my high point, and I just want it to stay in the recess of my ghost. This is one of the ways you can highlight texture by either like pushing glaze or wax or any kind of an antiquing glaze down into the recesses. And you can also dry brush your high tops too, and you'll get like, it'll be the opposite result. You know, your high top will be highlighted and your recesses will stay light, but it's just another way to highlight any texture that you add. But how pretty is that, right? Super subtle. I need to paint the edges. So, I'm going to wax them. Whoops. We'll wax the edges. You guys know I love a good halo anyways. So, and I always think this look, if you're someone who owns like a booth or something, this kind of fits into a lot of different decor, farmhouse, cottagecore, girly. So it'll appeal to a lot of customers and be super cute in a vignette. Although, do we know it's a ghost? Do I need to put eyes on this one? Because I don't know how that's going to work. And I could have painted white around the edges and kept it really light, but I do think that the dark is good. It makes it look a little bit more rustic, but so I guess it depends. That's the beauty of making your own stuff though, right? You can make it exactly the way you like it. Oh, Kathleen is saying the guide was really informative. Thank you. Ooh, did you share it in the group, Deborah? Let me see. The map guide. Oh yeah. So this is the guide. Oh, you know what? I think I'm sorry, you guys. If you want the guide, it's #map. I think it is. I'm pretty sure. I wrote down the hashtag. Yeah, it's #map. I'm sorry. I'm fired. #map on Facebook if you guys want the guide to be listened to. What'd you say, babe?
Jerry Peter said the channel Flea Market uses your paper.
Does she use my paper? I love her. I'm gonna have to go check it out. I know she's used them before. Yes, let me get over here to the comments. Oh Lord, I got two things going on at one time. Look, they gave me too many options. It says the channel Flea Market Rescue always uses your paper and IOD when they do flips. Her channel is so fun. Okay, I'm gonna leave this one alone. With wax, the more you buff it, like you could actually make the surface shiny, which isn't necessarily what I wanted, but I love that. I might keep this one for myself. We'll see. Or it may make it to Whatnot. I don't know. I do sell a lot of the things that I make here on my channel on Whatnot when we have our auctions. So if you're interested in buying some of the things you see me make, that's really pretty. I like that one. That one might be my favorite one. Okay, so we have this one, and we said we needed to do something. We said eyes. Is that what we said? I think that was the consensus, is just to put the eyes and not a mouth. And I think I'm going to use a regular pen, like a Sharpie. Oh, man. Look, do I have a black Sharpie? I do. Ouch. I got a whole bunch of pokey stuff poking up in my cup over here. So let's see. We don't want our eyes to be whopper jawed, so let me use a piece of paper to try that. And again, it's #map, you guys. I'm so sorry on Facebook if you want the guide.
No space between the hashtag and the word.
Yeah, no space. It's just hashtag map, all one word. Okay. It's an automation, so you know how computers are. It has to be exact. Recycled says she sent me a message. I'm assuming that's one of my retailers.
It was me. I said,
Oh, okay. She is an editing guru. She's patience. I swear, if I could have somebody read my mind and edit my videos, I would have my YouTube channel would be so much better. But I don't have the patience. And I hire people to do it for me, but they don't do it with the way I like. I'm nervous, you guys, about the eyeballs. I'm going to show you guys what I do when I'm nervous about. Okay. So do we do it with the eyeballs or without? Now that we can see what it's going to look like. I may have gone a little overboard with that eyeball. It doesn't need to be that big, right? We need the eyeball. Should I do them smaller? Let's see. I think bigger eyeballs would look better. Okay, you guys help me. Blue, big eyeballs or small eyeballs? What time is it? Oh, I'm running out of time. Go with the big ones. Okay. Those. Looks like a shy ghost, huh? Or these. Everyone is saying big, 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 big. Okay. Of course, I'm going to be more cautious when I'm doing them permanent. And this is just a regular old magic marker. I may go over it with some paint later. We'll see what happens. Okay. So that's our, oh, that's cute. No mouth? Are you guys sure? Just the eyeballs, huh? Casper, right? Casper dressed as a ceramic dish. And we have our last ghost, which is this one. It's still feeling a little cool, but I think we're okay. And we're going to put transfers on this one. And I'm going to be using the Wild Bloomin'. I don't even know how to pronounce that. Wild Bloomin'. That's what I'm going to say. Flowers. And this one has 8 pages. It's a smaller one, the 12-inch one. Whoops. Oh, man, I still have that up there. I had to find it. Oh, Lord. Okay. Rosie, yes, these are wood cutouts from our wood pile. Eyelashes, oh my goodness. She's real fancy with some eyelashes. Actually, that would be cute, right? Let's put those ghosts there. I want to put flowers. I want flowers, but I want it to feel like fall. Like this one would be pretty, right? It's purple. There's a moth and a little bug right there. Ooh, look at this little orange moth to go with it. That's too big. I think I'm going to go with this one. And I have some butterflies already cut out from our membership the other day, and they all look like they're kind of fall-ish. I feel like that plant is going to be lonely. And I don't want to do another purple one. I'm going to cut this one out. We'll see what happens. It's kind of spriggy. So this one has more visual weight because it's more compact, right? And this one is more like a sprig. So we can have this one there and then have this one coming in over here. And then maybe just like one more. Oh, like right there, like a bow in her hair. I vote yes. And hopefully they stick. If you ever are pushing things like I am and your project isn't quite dry yet and your transfer is not sticking, don't panic. Just walk away and leave it be. If you let it, like I started putting my transfer on here, if you let this dry and you come back later, you'll be able to pull it up. But if you keep trying to force it and pull it up if it's not ready, you're just going to ruin your project. So if you've ever started putting down a transfer on wet decoupage paper and your paper is tearing, just walk away and leave it be. Come back tomorrow. And if you're in the Roycycled membership, you guys don't buy the summit yet, okay? Because I do have a discount for you guys. Roycycled Besties members get access to any classes that I teach. There is a price for this one though, because I am collaborating with other people. But if it's a class that I'm teaching, then they automatically get access. So like they were able to take the Decoupage with Confidence course for free. So that's a perk for being in the Recycled Besties membership. And we meet every week and we take deep dives on different things. So we spent a few weeks playing with like faux mirrors, which was really fun. And I always have a plan, and the ladies take me away from my plan because they have new ideas. It's actually super fun because what happens is we always have somebody in the group who's an expert. So we'll be playing with air dry clay is like our next deep dive that we're going to take because for a lot of us, we only use it for our molds and that's it. Like there's so much more you can do with air dry clay. And I know that we have someone in our membership that actually used to like make clay, like throw clay, I guess is what they call it. And so she'll be able to bring some expertise to whatever I teach. And that's always what happens. And we have a guest every month, and they always come and teach something. Generally, it's something that I don't know anything about. But I know, look, even the things that I don't know, I know really talented people who know. So. You're not stuck with just the knowledge that I have. And it's interesting because the information that we learned from our guest last month, or this month, last month, I'm actually going to be using a lot of it with the air dry clay. So it'll look fired, like, like regular clay. So every time you learn something, you just put it in your toolbox and you can layer it on top of the new things that you learn. And the more you learn, the more you're able to do, for better or for worse. Now, do you guys think this one needs eyeballs? How pretty is that? What is causing a shadow? Oh, this is. I got way too much going on here, huh? You guys should see. I don't never see my mess until I'm editing my videos. And then I'm just like, oh, Lord. Just a quick cleanup, really quickly. Okay. Now I'm debating. This one feels like it's jarring now, right? I think that one. I think this one. Because it's picking up on some of the tones that are already over here. So it doesn't feel out of place. Usually I don't like to have things going off the edge, but it's kind of shaped like a bow, and I think that's cute. Okay. Oh, we were able to finish. I'm only 6 minutes over. So we have, should I put eyeballs on this one? It doesn't look like a ghost. So I need eyeballs so it looks like a ghost. Is that what you're saying? Where are my little eyeballs? And I did this one because I've been seeing little ghosts. Maybe if I put, oh, this one, I think she needs small eyeballs. What do you guys think? Right? What do you guys think? Big eyeballs or little eyeballs for this one? Or maybe I should do medium size. No votes?
Is, it will not update.
What, the feed? Oh, the comments? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going to make some a little bigger than these, but not as big as the other ones. I don't think they're kind of medium. I think if we do medium size ones for this one. Oh, no, that looks weird. No, let's not do that. Small but closer together. I think that'll look sweet if we do small. Oh, that would look sweet, right? You guys didn't know that we would be like, what do you call it when you try out for something, that Mr. Bell? What do you call it when you're trying out for something? No, like when you're a performer and you're trying out for a part. Audition. Thank you. You guys didn't know we'd be auditioning eyeballs tonight, did you? Oh, Lord. Let's go with small. I'll set them a little bit wider apart than these two. But I do think it looks sweet with the smaller eyeballs. And of course, I'm being more careful when I'm actually drawing them than when I'm putting them on. These were a little close together, so we'll do them a little further apart than that. I got to go over the wing of my butterfly. Okay, that's cute, right? Don't forget the eyelashes. I have to have a fine line one to put eyelashes. If I use this one, I have a big old thick lashes. So we did medium. We didn't do the really close ones or the really far ones. I did them kind of in the middle, so they weren't quite as close together. But she looks like she's sweet, right? And then we have this ghost. And then do we put, I guess we have to put eyeballs on this one, or we don't know it's a ghost. Oh, this one definitely needs big ones, right? And you can use paint. I'm probably going to go over this magic marker with some paint. Whoops, I made that one a little bit bigger. So now I got to go make this one bigger. I'm going to have to use paint for this one because I have all this texture on here. So I'll go back and I'll make that one bigger. Aw, why does this one look sad? So those are our 3 ghosts that we made today. We have our texture ghost. This one's my personal favorite. You guys, which is your favorite? So this is A, the texture ghost. We have B, the ceramic ghost, or C, the cutie ghost. Which one did you guys like the best? He looks a little drunk. He might be. He might be. I don't have any black paint, but I will finish this and I'll post pictures later. And then we can vote and see which ones you guys like the best. But thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. I really appreciate you. I know that you guys could be spending your time anywhere. So we do appreciate you spending it here with us. And hopefully I did something tonight that is going to inspire you to try something new, or maybe tweak something that you've already done, or even to go back to something you haven't done in a while. You guys, if you guys are looking for an opportunity to be inspired and to see some new things, because the 7 instructors that we have in the summit, like literally, we're all different. We don't even operate in the same niches. There's 2 of us that do, but for the most part, we do totally different things, but we're all coming together for this summit. So if maybe you're feeling creatively stuck a little bit and you're looking for something to inspire you or something new to try, the Crafted to Create Summit is a really, really good place to be. It's only $9.99. Here's a QR code for those of you who are on YouTube. If you're on Facebook, you can put hashtag, what did I say, baby? Hashtag craft? No, hashtag create. That's what it was. Hashtag create, and then you'll get a message with the link to that. And I'll also have it on my page. And these are all the instructors who are participating. And like, seriously, we're all teaching something completely different, but all kind of relevant. I'm excited. I've been dreaming about the summit for a while. So I'm excited that it's finally coming to fruition. But that's all that I have for you guys today. Unless anybody had any questions before we leave. And of course, if you guys, Lynn, I like them all. This one's my favorite. The one that you guys said looks a little drunk. And if you guys have questions about the retreat, you can message me and ask me questions if you want. I don't even know how to talk about the retreat. I was going through the feedback from last year's retreat so we could write copy for this year. And I was crying in my living room because people were talking about how transformative it was for them. Like, not just in their art practice, but like personally for them and their hearts. And we're doing it again. And I'm so incredibly excited. So I hope you guys will join us. Other than that, you guys have a blessed week. Remember, where curiosity goes, creativity follows. So explore, experiment, dare to be imperfect. That's the only way we grow. Thank you guys so much. You guys have a blessed week, and we'll see you next time.